Hey guys, Stable at VGC and welcome back to another episode of Crazy Climbing. Today we're going to keep things going with the Azumarill team that we featured in the last episode, and honestly I want Azumarill to put in some more work. And I guess T-Tar really did nothing. But Azumarill, honestly, I think Azumarill has a niche right now. Like, the bad news is Intimidate. Like, you can get away with Belly Drum, and people see like Amoonguss Azumarill, they're like, oh, he's going to go for the Rage Powder Belly Drum, right? And because they expect Rage Powder Belly Drum, you can actually get yourself into a position where you can actually take advantage of that. Especially by leading hard like Cinderace or something instead of the Rage Powder Belly Drum mode. So there's definitely options you can go for with it, as an opposing trainer has been found. And we're going to get, I believe that is Japan. Could be wrong, but you can rank 307. So we've got T-Tar, Dragapult, Porygon 2, Amoonguss, Incineroar, and Togekiss. So we're going to get our first Intimidator with this team. And the question is, how do we win? Like, I have to maneuver my way around the Incineroar. I feel like T-Tar Cinderace is a pretty solid lead here. It covers almost every option. The only option it does, it still covers that too, technically. Yeah, I'm gonna go T-Tar Cinderace. I want Corvin to back for sure. And I think Azumarill is actually still really good here. So we're gonna go for Azumarill. The other mode I could have gone with the Porygon 2 mode as well, because it does take that Ghost type attack from that Dragapult, but something tells me he might not be bringing Dragapult here. Like, I don't know, I personally wouldn't bring Dragapult into P2 Azumarill and T-Tar. Like, I wouldn't be bringing Dragapult, but I've seen weirder things happen, and I don't think it's a bad play per se. As he goes Incineroar P2. Okay. So this I'm okay with. What I can do is actually just go for a nice little Knuckle and a Rock Slide. And I honestly don't know how Lash Out works here. Like, does this Intimidate count as its stat drop for the turn? I honestly don't know. Or does it have to happen during the turn? Because that's technically, to me, that's turn 0. The leads. I honestly don't know. I honestly don't know if that works like that. But I'm definitely going to Knuckle. I think I just Knuckle Rock Slide. I mean, T-Tar might get faked out here, but I don't think that's actually going to be the case. He's going to withdraw Porygon 2. And bring in what? Dragapult? He's going to bring in Amoonguss right there. So we're going to get our attack stat back right here. And hopefully, if he parting shots, I'm perfectly fine with that as well. Because we're keeping our attack stat relatively close to neutral. And honestly, I think like a Knuckle and a Rock Slide should finish off this instant anyways. The question is, what does this instant go for? I feel like he might fake out my T-Tar. But if he does that, that doesn't help him. So Max Knuckle coming out from Cinderace here. And honestly, this should probably do about 70%. I know we're -1, but still. Yeah, right around the money there, about 60% there. And now a neutral Rock Slide will finish off this instant. So I'd say this was a perfect start to the game here. As T-Tar goes for a nice little Rock Slide. As Rock Slide kills the instant, and Azumarill, Amoonguss takes a fair chunk of damage as well. So the way I look at this, and like I was saying, you can force people to predict and try to stop the Amoonguss Azumarill, right? Like, that's what he was trying to do here, I think. Like, having Spore in the back and having a way to set up Trick Room, I feel like his game plan was like, fake out, get Azumarill in, then you can Spore my, fake out, get Amoonguss in, then you can Spore my Azumarill once I get boost up. Like, I feel like that was more the better chance of being his game plan. And then Cinderace, of course, just took advantage of that and ran over it. But, okay, so how do I want to play this now? I have to kill Amoonguss here, so I'm going to go for the Fireball. I'm not too concerned about losing speed here. I really don't want to go Lash Out right now. Just because I feel like if I Lash Out right now, he's going to have Weakness Policy. And he's just going to go Airstream. And because of that, I don't really want to go for it. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to be make a little bit of a different move. I'm going to Azumarill. Going to Corviknight. I was going to go into Azumarill in case he Worm wins the T-Tar slot. But something tells me he won't be doing that either. He should be Airstreaming here to match potential Airstream from my end. He's going to swap out of Amoonguss. Okay, so he's going to get some health back with Regenerator, but take a huge chunk of damage from this G-Max Fireball here. G-Max Fireball, sorry. And Dragapult's actually just going to protect, so I'm perfectly fine with this turn. Hopefully Fireball puts us in range of a Airstream. And I think we'll be good if that's the case. It's definitely going to be in range of a Max Knuckle. Okay, so Fireball does a huge chunk of damage right there to Porygon 2. It is now in range of a Max Knuckle, but I think I'm just going to Fireball that slot again. I see no reason not to Fireball that slot again. And I'm actually going to bulk up the Corviknight. I could actually Steel Spike, but I think Fireball makes the most sense as I bulk up again. Like, I don't know if he's actually going to swap the P2 at this point. Which he might. But like, I don't think there's a reason to save the P2. I feel like having Rage Powder is just a better endgame for him. Yeah, so he's going to stay in with both, and that should be Dynamax Dragapult here. The question is, are we able to take some attacks here? And what's he go for? Like, he should probably Wormwind my Cinderace. That would be what I would go for if I was my opponent. Because there's really no reason to Airstream. You can always Airstream the next turn to get it back. So it should be a Wormwind right here. Yep, Wormwind coming right out, going into Cinderace. I should take this. Very nice. And now the question is, was he Life Orb? I don't think that's Life Orb damage. I feel like if he was Life Orb, I might have actually died. So he's probably Assault Vest. It actually is Life Orb. And by I meant probably Weakness Policy. But G-Max Fireball coming out here, gonna connect and kill this P2. Okay. So perhaps I should have Airstreamed there. Like, I could have gone Airstream and Body Press to kill that. And then I'd have a faster Cinderace being able to knock out this Mungus. However, I don't think we're at the... don't think it's a horrible spot to be in right now. Obviously, I cannot protect, but that's fine. I definitely don't want to sack a Azumarill here. I think I just let Cinderace go down. I don't need the Cinderace anymore. And I'll just Brave Bird this Amoonguss. If he's Koba Berry, so be it. I don't think it's the end of the world if he's Koba Berry. Like, at some point, we're going to have T-Tar in versus this Dragapult. So, I'm going to double this Amoonguss here. If he protects, he protects. But I'm going to lose Cinderace. So, the Dragapult's not the threat based on what I have in the back. He's just going to Airstream, so he's trying to get this Amoonguss to go fast. You know what? And fast Amoonguss is kind of scary. If he can manage to get this Amoonguss to somehow be alive long enough to outspeed my Azumarill, it's definitely a good play on his end. However, because he can't Spore my Corviknight here, so I'm perfectly fine with whatever this Amoonguss wants to go for into me. He's going to Spore. So he Spores, I'm going to get my Lumberry to proc here. And that is a fast Amoonguss. Because like I'm sitting here at 100 speed, so he definitely has some speed investment on this Amoonguss, which is insane. Maybe he's Focus Sash. Okay, so there's no Koba Berry, which is actually fantastic. And we are going to bring it down to a Focus Sash. So he is already fast Focus Sash Amoonguss, which is kind of ridiculous, but it works out here in my favor, so it's fine. Amoonguss drops to the sand, and we've got a 3v1 versus this Azumarill, versus this Dragapult now, as T-Tar comes in. I'm just going to go straight for the Lash Out Brave Bird. There's literally no reason not to. The only way he can do anything without dropping my T-Tar stats is to go for an Airstream, and that doesn't help him here. So just a nice little double up here. Should pick up both knockouts and finish the game. The single knockout and finish the game, I should say. But he knows that. He doesn't want to let that Dragapult die. And we're going to take our first win again. So we're 3-0 currently with this team, which I think is pretty solid. Like, for a team I built in 5 minutes, it actually has a surprising amount of potential. And we're going to get a bottle of zinc to follow suit with that, as the game is going to be updated. The laddership is going to be updated. And hopefully, I think we're close to top 1,000 now. Yeah, jumping up into top 1,000 at 985. Not a horrible spot to be in. But let's see what we get now. And the thing is, Azumarill still hasn't put in work. And we're going to get a rating of about 2,000 here, I believe also from Japan. Rocking Whimsicott, Charizard, Togekiss, Volcarona. I haven't seen that in a while. Dracovish and Rillaboom. Okay, so nothing crazy here, but I do need to find a way through that Rillaboom. Like, does Cinderace T-Tar just work again? I don't see a reason not to be Cinderace T-Tar here. Actually, the one reason to not do that is Dracovish. But what are the chances he leads Dracovish here? I can't see him leading Dracovish here. Like, I really can't see it. Like, I feel like he wants to lead, like, a Sun mode. I can't see him leading Dracovish. So I'm going to go Cinderace T-Type. Do I want Amoonguss now in the back? I don't think I do. I feel like Corviknight is just a better Mon. And then I feel like Azumarill could actually come in handy here. Nice little Playleaf into Dracovish. Aqua Jets into the Fire types. Even Liquidation into Fire types as well. I just got to get rid of Rillaboom. So I'm going to prioritize the Rillaboom to the best extent. And then keep Azumarill in the back for late game. And hopefully that works out. Alright, let's see what they lead. If they lead Dracovish, I think we just lose. Like, I actually don't think there's a way out of that if they lead it. I think we're too far behind at that point. And he's going to go Togekiss and Volcarona. Okay. This I'm perfectly fine with. Like, this I could not have asked for a better lead. Like, I just simply click Airstream Rock Slide. He's probably sitting over there, like, thinking to himself, why didn't I lead Dracovish? But, like, I don't think Dracovish is much of a lead. I feel like Dracovish is better in the back most of the time. Anyways, I'm definitely Airstreaming here. I'm just trying to decide... Do I want to worry about the Volcarona? I don't think I do. I think it's better off that I go after the Kiss. So I'm going to do exactly that. I could potentially try and break a potential either a Sash on Volcarona or put it in range that it's going to die through Chartiberry to this Rock Slide. But I feel like I can potentially get 2 knockouts here. And just making my T-Tar go fast is probably the best play for us. He could protect Togekiss here, which would be annoying. But is it the end of the world? I don't think so. Like, Volcarona doesn't do too much. What scares me, though, is the potential Flame Body from it. That could actually be detrimental. If he Rage Powders here. Which he might. And we are going to see a Dynamax from my opponent's side of the field as well. What are we going to see? Volcarona or Kiss? It should be the Togekiss here. Because you don't max Volcarona in front of a T-Type. Yeah, it's going to be that Togekiss here, which, honestly, I think I'm alright with. Because the Airstream plus Rock Slide should pick up the going to do the 50% to this Togekiss. And I'll still be faster than it. So... And we are going to see a Rage Powder. Okay. So, unfortunately, this Togekiss is going to be well protected right here from this Cinderace's max Airstream. But I don't think it's too big of a deal. Airstream comes out. Going to knock out this Volcarona for sure. Yeah. Simple knockout onto the Volcarona. Now, as long as Rock Slide doesn't proc something like a weakness policy, we should be alright. Although, maxing it right here in front of us, I feel like this is like a weakness policy Kiss. I don't know. Something tells me it might be. Rock Slide coming out, going to do a decent chunk of damage, which is great. And we are going to see Weakness Policy. This is really bad now. So now you're going to Airstream to get your speed back. I think we just lose now. Why do you have to be Weakness Policy? Cinderace is going to actually take it with 18 health. So Cinderace surviving that is absolutely fantastic. Okay, now we have 9 health left though, which is really bad. But taking that attack is fantastic. I think I just Airstream again to make sure T-Tar remains faster than this Togekiss. The only issue is I have to call whether this Togekiss max guards or not, and what comes in here. He could bring in Rillaboom. I was just about to say, he could be bringing in this Rillaboom here. Okay, I don't think this is the end of the world if T-Tar can take a Starfall. If T-Tar can take a Starfall, we're fine. Is there a reason to save Cinderace, though? That's my question. Absolutely no reason to save Cinderace here. So I am going to go straight for the Airstream. Into this Rillaboom. If I get it off, I get it off. If not, oh well. And I'm just going to Rock Slide. Basically what needs to happen here is T-Tar needs to take a Starfall. Because he's either going to Fake Out or Grassy Glide my Cinderace here. So it's just a matter of how I want to pivot around. I think I just need to hope. He's going to Grassy Glide me. He actually Grassy Glides the T-Tar. And that OHKOs me. That's wild. I was not expecting that. I'm not going to lie. As the Airstream comes out and does manage to kill this Rillaboom. Now, I wish I would have Steel Spike. The good news is he's not going to get an attack off because Life Orb is going to kill me. So he's not going to get any sort of boost here with this Togekiss. But, like, one, I'm shocked T-Tar just died to that. Like, I'm not the frailest of T-Tars. Like, I'm fairly bulky. And Togekiss is actually going to go for a max Knuckle. Excuse me? And gets damaged by Sand. Okay, so if he's Knuckle, does that mean there's no, that could very well mean there's no Heat Wave. And if there's no Heat Wave, Corviknight's in a great position. What's not in a great position, though, is this Azumarill. Speaking of Azumarill, here's Dracovish. Oh yeah. I think we lose this game. I need to somehow get Azumarill to get a player off into this Dracovish. I don't really want a Roost. I don't think Roost actually matters. I think he's more scared of the Azu. So I'm going to go for a bulk up. If I can get that off, there's still a chance as I player off this Dracovish here. Togekiss is going to go for another max Knuckle, so he's boosting that attack stat on that Dracovish. Is he doubling the Corviknight? Because if he goes after Corviknight, Azumarill's fine. Although if this thing's like Banded, like Liquidation, we just lose. Banded Fish's Rend, I should say. But he's going into the Corviknight. And I think he threw. He's got to kill Azumarill there. As Azumarill goes for a nice little player off. Gonna connect, gonna kill this Dracovish. Yeah. I think my opponent definitely threw there. Unless somehow he has a way to hit this Azumarill. And Togekiss is buffed by Sand. Now, part of me wants to go for 2 Aqua Jets here. Rather than trying to get a Liquidation off. Just that way I can't get Air Slash flinch. But I honestly don't know if 2 Aqua Jets is going to be enough. Because Kiss is a pretty bulky Pokemon. 2 Aqua Jets should be enough, right? I'm going to go for the 2 Aqua Jet play, guys. If it bites me, oh well. But I think it's actually the right play here. I do believe it's the right play. Just to prevent the flinch. Azumarill going to go Aqua Jet. Okay, it is going to be a 2-hit knockout, and he is going to Air Slash. So as long as we survive this, we're good. Nice. Okay, so AV Azumarill finally putting in some work. Plus the Sand, I mean, okay, this Togekiss has gone to an Aqua Jet now. I'm honestly surprised he was scared of Corviknight. I feel like Azumarill's the win con for me. I don't know why he doesn't target it. Maybe predicting me to protect? Either way, Azumarill is going to come through and finish off this game, and we're going to jump to 4-0 with the team. Battle was canceled. Alright. But the reason I double Aqua Jet there is kind of what I was saying earlier. Like, if the only way he wins that game, because Liquidation was going to be enough. The only way he wins that game is if he gets an Air Slash flinch. So by going for a couple Aqua Jets, it covers the chance of flinch. It takes away the flinch chance. And if he's not going to have a chance to flinch me, as long as 2 Aqua Jet picks it up, we're good. And thankfully it was enough. And I don't really need to check his team. I wouldn't mind seeing what Knuck was based off of, but I'm assuming it's off of Aura Sphere. But that is going to be it for this episode, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next episode.